guys, what's up? It's AppleCritics from AppleCritics.com, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the iPhone XS Max in 2020. So the iPhone XS Max was released in September 2018. So currently it's a year and a half old, but it's still a phone that provides value. It's a predecessor of the iPhone 11 Pro Max, but it is definitely an awesome phone and a great phone based on the price that you can get per value. So the XS Max doesn't have any controversies with it, like the iPhone 6 had the bend gate or any major issues. It's just a solid phone overall that consistently gets the job done. Now it does share some similarities in terms of the overall size of the device, but generally it does look just like the iPhone 11 Pro Max when we take a look at the front of it. So it's just a very stable and steady phone, and it has just great value for the dollar since every time a new iPhone is released, the old one depreciates. And that's just a rule with technology in general. So you're probably wondering, should I entertain getting the iPhone XS Max or the 11 Pro Max? Well, the answer to that question is get the iPhone 11 Pro Max if you have the money, but if you're looking for the best deal today, get the iPhone XS Max. So it's just a very great phone for many reasons, and in this video I'm just going to be showing you why. So first off, the iPhone XS Max has a 6.5-inch OLED display. So it's a very high quality display. It looks really good. And when we take a look at it, it still has that notch, and it is similar to the iPhone 11 Pro Max in terms of the front display overall. So the new iPhones might have a smaller notch, but generally it will still stay with the same quality of a 6.5-inch OLED display, and it's still a high quality device. This isn't some old technology such as the iPhone 6 Plus. It's still the latest and greatest since this phone was just released in September 2018. And once again, it is a year and a half old. So this isn't a cheap phone in terms of quality. It's still very high quality. I really love the design of the two cameras in the back and the reflective back. Just the overall core of this phone is solid. And you can see that Apple didn't spare any parts on this. They went all out in it to create the best phone possible. So the performance of this device is actually really good as well. So we can quickly go into the App Store and you can see how fast it will load up. You can quickly go into the iTunes Store and we'll see how fast the iTunes Store loads up. So you can see that it's just a very good experience and see how fast, and there's no lag whatsoever. This is running the latest iOS 13.5. So you can see that there's no lag whatsoever. So that's really good. It's a very quick, very capable phone, and it has a 4 gigabytes of RAM within it. So it's never slow at all. And that's more than enough to handle. So the performance is definitely top tier. Now, a good reason to get the iPhone XS Max is that it has a JB available for it called Uncover. And with this JB, what it allows you to do is get the latest tweaks and apps and everything like that, just like any other JB. But it works really well, especially on the iPhone XS Max. And that's just another reason to get it. It's a one-click JB and it just gets the job done. Now, another good reason is that it has a software update. So you get the latest software updates on the iPhone XS Max since it is still a relatively new phone, so you'll get all of them. So you still have Face ID on this phone, you have no home button whatsoever, so it's still a high quality phone, and you get these big size of it as well, so it's still up there with all the iPhones. Now taking a look at the battery life, we can take a look at the exact battery health, and my battery health is 95%, so that means that the maximum you can charge it to is 95%. So you can see that the battery health is still relatively good. I've had it for a year and a half, but I would love to see that 100%, but it's still pretty decent in terms of battery life. It does perform the day-to-day tasks, and it has some battery left over. So it doesn't need a lot of RAM for background performance on this phone. The multitasking is always good and always fast and always succinct with what I need it to do. Now the camera on the iPhone XS Max is also very solid. It has two cameras, so you have the zoom and the telephoto lens, so it does get the job done. So you can see we can zoom in and you can zoom into 10x, and we have just 1x there, so you can see that we have that. And we also do have time-lapse, slow-mo, video, photo, portrait. We also have square and panoramic. So we have all those portrait modes, and that was definitely one of the reasons to buy the iPhone XS Max when it first came out. So it has all those different features. And portrait mode, if you don't know, is where it focuses on the subject of the picture and does a blur of everything else, and it makes it look like a very high quality photo. So the iPhone 11 Pro Max doesn't have the third camera, so it doesn't have that ultra wide lens, but it still is relatively decent for what you get in it. So in my honest opinion, I highly recommend getting the iPhone XS Max because it is a very polished phone. It's still new. It's only been released for a year and a half. It has Apple's latest technology, gets all the software updates, has very solid cameras, and you can shoot 4K on the cameras at 24, 30, and 60 frames per second. You get Face ID, you get no home button, you get that notch. You get the great quality screen at 6.5 inches in OLED. So there's just a lot of good reasons. And the best reason of them all is that you get it for a good price since the iPhone has depreciated a little bit. So I'm going to have the best price for the iPhone XS Max down in the description down below. Go ahead and order that iPhone XS Max and also support this channel so I can keep creating high quality content. So thank you for watching this video on the iPhone XS Max in 2020. Please be sure to subscribe. Please like this video. Please smash the like button down below so you know you watched. Also be sure to check out all the videos on my channel. Be sure to check out AppleCritics.com for latest Apple news, and more. Like my Facebook fan page at facebook.com/AppleCritics. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. My username is AppleCritics. And subscribe for more great content. And thanks for watching.